In a small Himalayan nation nestled between two global giants, India and China, a political earthquake has just reshaped the future of an entire country. For decades, Nepal's politics was dominated by the same leaders, the same parties, and the same promises. Coalition governments collapsed repeatedly. Corruption allegations shook public trust. Economic growth lagged behind neighboring Asian economies. But then something unexpected happened. Millions of young voters, frustrated with traditional politics, decided to rewrite the system. And in the latest national election, a 30-something former rapper, civil engineer, and Kathmandu mayor rose to challenge the political establishment, and won. Tonight on KIYO Documentary, we break down the latest Nepal election results, the rise of a new political movement, and what this political revolution means for Nepal's economy, governance, and geopolitical future. Because what just happened in Nepal is not just an election. To understand the significance of the latest election, we must first understand Nepal's political journey. Since becoming a federal democratic republic in 2008, after the abolition of the monarchy, Nepal has experienced frequent political instability. Governments often collapsed due to coalition disputes, ideological divisions, and shifting alliances between major parties. Traditional political forces dominated the system, including Nepali Congress, Communist Party of Nepal factions, regional parties despite democratic progress. Economic frustration continued to grow. Youth unemployment remained high. Many Nepalese sought jobs abroad in the Gulf countries, Malaysia, and South Korea. Remittances became a critical pillar of the economy. The public began to demand something different. The turning point came in 2025. A wave of youth-led protests erupted across the country, triggered by political frustration, economic inequality, and controversial government decisions. These protests forced the collapse of the existing government and led to the formation of an interim administration to prepare for new elections. Young voters, particularly Generation Z, became the driving force behind political change. For the first time in years, Nepal's elections became less about traditional party loyalties and more about reform, transparency, and accountability. At the center of this political transformation stands Balen Shah, widely known as Balen. Before politics, he was known as a rapper and civil engineer, but his national political rise began when he was elected mayor of Kathmandu. As mayor, he gained popularity for tackling urban issues, improving municipal governance, and confronting bureaucratic inefficiencies. His anti-corruption stance resonated with young voters. In the latest parliamentary election, Balen Shah contested against veteran political leaders, including former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, and the result shocked the entire political establishment. The parliamentary election held on the 5th of March 2026 produced one of the most dramatic outcomes in Nepal's political history. The Reformist Party led by Balen Shah, the Rastriya Swatantra Party, won a landslide victory. Key results include RSP won over 120 directly elected seats in the House of Representatives. The Nepali Congress finished a distant second with around 17 seats. Communist factions secured only a small number of seats. The election dramatically reduced the power of Nepal's traditional political parties. For the first time in decades, a new political force dominated the national parliament. Perhaps the most symbolic moment of the election was the defeat of multiple veteran political leaders. Former prime ministers and senior politicians lost their parliamentary seats. One of the most striking defeats was that of former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, who lost his own constituency to Balen Shah. This was more than a political defeat. It represented a generational shift. Voters were no longer willing to accept politics as usual. Several factors drove the electoral earthquake. First, corruption scandals and governance failures weakened trust in traditional parties. Second, economic challenges continued to frustrate the population. Nepal's economy relies heavily on remittances, tourism, and agriculture. Third, young voters demanded new leadership. More than 40% of Nepal's population is young, and many felt excluded from economic opportunities. Balen Shah's message of reform, accountability, and job creation resonated strongly with this demographic. Winning an election is one thing. Governing is another. Nepal faces serious economic challenges: high youth unemployment, heavy dependence on foreign remittances, infrastructure gaps, energy and industrial development needs. The new leadership has promised to create jobs, attract investment, and strengthen public services. But expectations are extremely high. Nepal's geopolitical position adds another layer of complexity. The country sits between two global powers, India, China. Both nations maintain strong economic and political influence in Nepal. Infrastructure projects, trade routes, and diplomatic relations must be carefully balanced. The new government will need to navigate this delicate geopolitical environment. The 2026 election demonstrates the resilience of democratic participation in Nepal. Despite political instability and economic challenges, voters used the ballot box to demand change. Youth engagement in politics has reached unprecedented levels. The election may signal the beginning of a new political era, one driven by accountability and reform. As we conclude this episode of KIYO Documentary, one thing is clear. Nepal has entered a new political chapter. A new generation of voters has challenged the political establishment and reshaped the national landscape. The rise of Balen Shah and the reformist movement represents hope, but also immense responsibility. Can the new leadership deliver economic growth? Can Nepal reduce corruption and improve governance? Can the country balance relations with powerful neighbors? The answers will determine whether this election becomes a historic turning point or simply another chapter in Nepal's complex political story. But one thing is certain: the people of Nepal have spoken, and the future of the Himalayan nation has begun to change.